guys, your girl 4C Hair Chick here. Today's video is part 2 of the Natural Hair Empowerment series, and we're going to be talking about fear and acceptance. If you don't know what this series is, the links are in the description box below. There's actually several other women participating: Akushika Gone Natural, Ghana Cutie, Miss Cinnamon Cakes, and Discovering Natural. All of the links for everyone is in the description box, so please check them out as well. So back to today's topic, which is fear and acceptance. The question that Ghana Cutie posed to us was, what were our initial fears going natural? For me, I guess my natural hair story is I didn't just go natural, if you will. I had been natural off and on. I just didn't know. I didn't call it that because the language wasn't being used like that at the time that I was going back and forth. But the couple times I did relax were when I was younger because of cheerleading, and then I also got a relaxer when I started my professional career. I got my first press because of peer pressure. I really wanted to see my hair long. I was one of the only black kids in school, and I was just always feeling like, well, why can't my hair look like my friends? I didn't really understand that. And so I had asked my mom to press my hair when I was younger. When I moved to Oklahoma, which was several years ago, it was hard to find somebody to do my relaxer, and so I just decided I'm going to go natural. I was inspired by a friend of mine in LA to really go natural because I had been seeing her wear her natural hair over and over, and so by the time I got to Oklahoma, I wasn't really reluctant to go natural. I was just kind of like, this is perfect timing. I can't find a person to do my relaxer, so I'm just going to go natural. I was initially going to transition, but and some of you might have seen these pictures, my hair was, because of my 4C hair, it was such a different texture from the top than the bottom that my hair was getting matted. It was horrible, and I just decided one night I had enough. I cut it all off. I was like, over it. Several hours later, I was crying. The reason I was crying is where the fear was. I was afraid that people weren't going to find me attractive. I was afraid of going to work and what people would say. All of my fear stemmed from what other people's reactions would be, including my boyfriend. I was really afraid of what my boyfriend's reaction would be. I just was not confident that I looked good with short, natural hair. But I already knew I was battling insecurities, and I wanted to do it because I wanted to get over all of my doggone insecurities about if I was or wasn't beautiful and all of that. So I needed to go on a self-help, self-love, self-acceptance, self-worth journey. So fear isn't really something I was dealing with other than those. I mean, it was more insecurities than fear. I wasn't afraid to go natural. I was just really insecure about what other people were going to think. Acceptance. So how did I get to a place of acceptance? It's funny because there was journeys within journeys for my natural hair journey. There was the whole journey of going natural, making that decision. Then there was the journey of discovering my hair. Then there was the journey of discovering that my hair wasn't really gonna do what I thought it was gonna do. But for me, acceptance came when I realized that, you know what, my hair isn't doing what everybody else's is doing, and the videos that I'm watching and the looks I'm trying to achieve, I'm not getting that, but I don't care. This is mine. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to make it work for me, and I just made a decision, really, that I'm going to love myself and my hair. That's what prompted me to start 4C Hair Chick. When I started 4C Hair Chick, there really weren't other vloggers that were talking about 4C hair or identifying themselves as 4C hair. At the time, actually, 4C hair wasn't acknowledged as a type. It was kind of just beginning to be announced as a type. It only went up to 4B before that. So there's like 3 people at the time that I started that were even saying, hey, I have this texture of hair. And so my acceptance came through the declaration. And for those of you who are women of faith, you know that in the Bible, you say it like it's already been done. So, faith is one of those things where you act even though you can't see. And that's really what my acceptance journey was. I proclaimed and said it out loud even before I believed it, and eventually I believed it. and now you can't tell me nothing. Yeah, I love my hair, and I don't wish I had another type of hair. I went through that where I wanted a different type of hair. I don't have any of those issues anymore. I totally love what I have. I love who I am, and I love who I'm becoming. Because I think you're always in a journey of growth and self-discovery. But I'm very thankful to be over the insecurities that I battled with for so much of my life. So, yeah, that's my truth. I'd love to hear your truth as far as your fears about going natural, and also how you came to accept your natural hair. This video series is about empowering those who are not in a place where they've accepted their hair. And so it's our hope meaning all the ladies that are participating, that collectively we can generate discussion and talk to you guys that are our followers and listeners and readers and watchers, etc., and inspire those that are on the fence or unsure and all that kind of thing. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will catch you on the next video. It's your girl, 4C Hair Chick, and I am outro. Peace.